Salmos 147, versículo 19. Yahweh reveló su palabra a Jacob, sus decretos y ordenanzas a Israel. No ha hecho esto con ninguna otra nación. Las demás naciones no conocen sus ordenanzas. Alabado sea Yahweh. Call la Yahweh, Bahasem Yahusai, Bahasem Kadash, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahusai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahusai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahusai, the water, Yahweh Bahasem Yahusai, Bahasem Kadash. Don honrada a los apóstoles, a los ancianos de Yasharala, Great Millstone, Shalom a los 144,000 y Shalom a los escogidos. Yahweh Bahasem Yahusai no envió a Yahweh para que muera por los pecados de las demás naciones, y solamente para la nación de Israel. Porque las demás naciones no están bajo las leyes de Yahweh Bahasem Yahusai. El Señor no está tratando con las demás naciones de esa manera. Las demás naciones son como un niño ajeno que está jugando con tu hijo, y esos dos niños se ponen a hacer algo que no debieron hacer, pero tú no vas a castigar el niño ajeno, tú vas a castigar tu propio hijo. Entonces las demás naciones no conocen sus ordenanzas, y es porque ellos no son los hijos de Yahweh Bahasem Yahusai, aunque ellos descienden de Adán. Ellos no son los hijos de Yahweh Bahasem Yahusai. Mateo 15. Mateo 15, versículo 21, versículo 28. Ahí dice de la fe de una mujer gentil, pero eso no fue una mujer gentil, eso fue una mujer israelita. Una mujer israelita que vivía entre los gentiles. Pero en ese tiempo habían gentiles que eran helenistas, o sea, que eran israelitas que vivían fuera, que se criaron, que nacieron, se criaron y vivieron fuera de la tierra de Israel, y se criaron con la costumbre y la cultura de otras naciones, que eso eran israelitas, pero no en comportamiento, israelitas de sangre, pero no de comportamiento, y los llamaban gentiles, que de la misma manera que algunos mexicanos llaman a los mexicanos que viven en México, y llaman a algunos de los mexicanos que viven en Texas o California, que se criaron en Estados Unidos, lo llaman norteños, o yo creo que a veces lo llaman hasta gringos, lo llaman gringos. De esa misma manera, los israelitas que nacieron y se criaron fuera de Israel, los consideraban gentiles, pero no gentiles físicos. Luego Yahweh salió de Galilea y se dirigió al norte, a la región de Tiro y Sidón. Una mujer de los gentiles que vivía allí se le acercó y le rogó: ten misericordia de mí, oh Señor, hijo de David, pues mi hija está poseída por un demonio que la atormenta terriblemente. Pero Yahshua no le contestó ni una palabra. Entonces sus discípulos le pidieron que la despidiera. Dile que se vaya, dijeron. Nos está molestando con sus súplicas. Entonces Yahshua le dijo a la mujer: fui enviado para ayudar solamente a las ovejas perdidas de Israel, el pueblo de Israel. En otras versiones dice: yo solo fui enviado a las ovejas perdidas de Israel. Dice, las ovejas perdidas de la casa de Israel. Ella se acercó y lo adoró y le rogó una vez más: Señor, ayúdame. Yahshua le respondió: no está bien tomar la comida de los hijos y arrojársela a los perros. Él la estaba tratando a ella como gentil, porque ella tenía esa costumbre. Ella tenía esa costumbre de vivir entre los gentiles. Eso era como aquí en RD, los dominicanos que se crían allá afuera. Yo me crié afuera en Estados Unidos. A mí alguna gente me dice: oh, tú no tienes costumbre dominicano de aquí, como tu forma de ser no es como los dominicanos de aquí. A mí me han preguntado si yo soy dominicano. Mucha gente me han preguntado si yo soy dominicano. Pero eso es porque yo me crié afuera. Entonces esta mujer se había criado entre los gentiles. Y ella era como gentil, era como una perra. Ella la llamó una perra. No está bien tomar la comida de los hijos y arrojársela a los perros. Es verdad, Señor, respondió la mujer, pero hasta a los perros se les permite comer las sobras que caen bajo la mesa de sus amos. Apreciada mujer, le dijo Yahshua, tu fe es grande, se te concede lo que pides. Y al instante la hija se sanó. Esa mujer era israelita porque ella tenía la fe. La fe es solamente un regalo que el Señor le dio a los israelitas. Que la gente que creen en el Dios de la Biblia, que tienen esa fe y que creen en el Dios de la Biblia, muy probablemente son israelitas. Y la gente que no creen en el Dios de la Biblia, bueno, quizás puedan ser israelitas como quieran, porque 2/3 no creen, no quieren creer. Pero es muy probable que si no creen en Yahweh, es probable que no sean israelitas. Incluso la gente que creen en Jehová y Jesús, ellos tienen un celo para el Señor, pero no de acuerdo al conocimiento, porque no lo están llamando por su verdadero nombre, y el nombre de hijo no lo están llamando por su verdadero nombre tampoco. Él lo están llamando Jehová y Jesús cuando se llaman Yahweh y Yahweh. Pero esta gente son israelitas. Vamos a ver Romanos. Romanos 9, versículo 3. Romanos 9, versículo 3. Porque deseará yo mismo ser apartado de Maseyach por mis hermanos, los que son mis parientes según la carne, por mis hermanos, los que son mis parientes según la carne, físico, israelita físico, que son israelitas, de los cuales es la adopción, no es de las demás naciones, es de los israelitas, de los cuales es la adopción, y la gloria y el pacto y la data de la ley y el culto y las promesas, porque la promesa solamente se hizo a la nación de Israel. Okay. Santiago capítulo 1 versículo 1. Jacobo, siervo de Yahweh y del Señor Yahushua Mashiach, a las 12 tribus que están esparcidas, salud a las 12 tribus. Él no está saludando a los amonitas, él no está saludando a los moabitas, él no está saludando a los edomitas, él no está saludando a los elamitas o los ismaelitas, él no está saludando a ninguno de los demás itas, ¿ok? Solo a los israelitas. Ahora voy a terminar con esto aquí, Mateo 10. Entonces, llamando a sus 12 discípulos, les dio potestad contra los espíritus inmundos, para que los echasen fuera y sanasen toda enfermedad y toda dolencia. Y los nombres de los 12 apóstoles son estos: el primero Simón, que es dicho Pedro, y Andrés su hermano, Jacobo, hijo de Zebedeo, y Juan su hermano, Felipe y Bartolomé, Tomás y Mateo el publicano, Jacobo, hijo de Alfeo, y Lebeo, por sobrenombre Tadeo. Ahora chequea esta parte interesante. Simón el cananita. ¿Tú crees que Yahweh va a buscarse un jamita y hacerlo uno de los apóstoles, uno de los 12 apóstoles? Y con un jamita asqueroso que tiene un aro grande en el oído, que tiene un hueso en la boca, ok, que anda calvo, la cara pelada, sin barba, sin nada, okay, uno de esos africanos jamitas, man. Okay, Yahweh no hizo eso, man. Él eligió un hombre que se crió entre los cananitas, que Simón el cananita, y por eso lo llamaban el cananita. Simón el cananita y Judas Iscariote, que también le entregó. A estos 12 envió Yahweh, a los cuales dio mandamiento, diciendo: por el camino de los gentiles no iréis, y en ciudad de samaritanos no entréis, mas id antes a las ovejas perdidas de la casa de Israel. Y Yahweh solo vino por las ovejas perdidas de la casa de Israel. Él no murió por las demás naciones, porque a ellos no se le entregó la ley. Que las demás naciones van a sufrir esclavitud en el reino. Ellos que van a sufrir esclavitud en el reino, y después de la esclavitud van a servir la nación de Israel. Que esta gente ellos no entienden eso, porque ellos creen que todo el mundo muere y después va al cielo o al infierno, que eso le aplica a todo el mundo, pero tienen un concepto falso del infierno que no existe, una doctrina falsa del infierno que es falsa. Todo el mundo cuando muere tiene que reencarnar. Y los gentiles cuando estén en el reino, cuando ellos mueran, ellos van a seguir reencarnando y muriendo, porque a ellos no se les va a dar la inmortalidad, es a la nación de Israel que se le va a dar la inmortalidad. Yo lo voy a dejar ahí. Si están escuchando en español, shalom. Psalms 147, verse 19. He sheweth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. So the Most High did not give the laws, statutes, and commandments to any other nation. He only gave it to the nation of Israel. So these other nations, they're not really under the law. All right, they're not under the law. And the Most High did not send Yahushai to die for these other nations. He only died for the nation of Israel, for the sins of the nation of Israel. All right, the other nations, they're gonna keep living in sin. All right, yeah, that's why in the kingdom we're gonna be over them, man. We're gonna be on top of them, you know, cracking their heads from time to time, you know, busting their heads, because they're not gonna have the laws written in their hearts, so they're gonna go off from time to time. Matthew 15, verse 21. Then Yahushua went thence and departed into the coast of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him. Okay, this woman was not a Canaanite, man. All right, she was a woman of Canaan. What happened is that back then, you had Israelites that were born outside the land of Israel. They were born, raised, and they lived outside the land of Israel. So they adopted all the customs, man. They couldn't even, some of them ain't even know how to speak no Hebrew, man. Because a good example of that is how you have a second generation Americans. You have people that come from South America, Central Caribbean, or whatever, or other countries, and they come to America and they have kids in America, and then their kids grow up with these American customs. All right, they're raised on these American customs, and they don't even know how to speak the language of their parents, man. They just completely brought up in English. They don't know the customs of the country that their parents are from, which really where they're from as well, because it doesn't matter if an Israelite is born outside of Israel, it's still an Israelite. So you had these Gentiles, which were Hellenists, which were Israelites that lived in Greece. In Greece, they adopted all the Greek customs, and it's like they were metaphorically speaking, they were Americanized. So when these people go back home to their countries, they visit, the people of those countries, they kind of consider them like to be kind of outsiders. Like, oh, you wasn't born and raised in this country, man. You went to America, man. You an American. You ain't really And that shit happens a lot with Southern Kingdom, man. The Mexicans, they be clowning. They be Issachar, born in California or Texas, man. They make fun of the way they speak Spanish. Hey, your Spanish is kind of off. Shit, when I first came to this country, man, I was raised in America. I wasn't born in America, but I was raised in America. And when I came back to DR, Dominican Republic, people asking me if I was Dominican because of the way I spoke Spanish and just like my customs. My customs were Americanized customs. And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coasts and cried unto him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with the devil. But he answered her not a word. And his disciples came and besought him, saying, Send her away, for she crieth after us. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. See, Yahweh Shai said himself that he only came for the Israelites. Then came she and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. But he answered and said, It is not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it to dogs. Hey, he called her a bitch. Called her a bitch, man. And she said, Truth, Lord, yet the dogs eat of the crumbs which fall from their master's table. Then Yahweh Shai answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith. Okay, because faith is something that only the Israelites have. It's a gift given from the Most High. All right, whenever you have people of any country, any nation, and they believe in so-called Jehovah, so-called Jesus. Okay, most of the time these people are Israelites that have a zeal but not according to knowledge. Because, in a lot of these countries, man, most of the, all around the world, in Europe, Africa, and Asia, etc., most of those people, they don't even believe in the Bible. They believe in their own false gods. A lot of them are atheists. But then you have some people in these countries that, they go to church, and they believe in so-called Jehovah, so-called Jesus. But they know not what they worship. All right, they're doing it with a zeal, but not according to knowledge. So these people are Israelites, most likely Israelites. That in that same sense, they're almost like Gentiles, and they look like Gentiles. They're physical descendants of Israelites that live among all the Gentile nations, and they look exactly like these people, man. But their spirit beareth witness that they're Israelites. The spirit bears witness that these people are Israelites. They'll have artistic talent. They'll have an athletic talent. Or they'll have some kind of faith that's powerful, man. Like this woman right here. She had that faith because she was an Israelite that lived among Canaanites. And Yahweh Shai, he knew she was an Israelite. Come on, man. You can't tell me. He knew she was an Israelite, but he was talking to her that way so she would reveal her faith, man. So she would reveal her faith that she's an Israelite. Then Yahweh Yahushua answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith. Be it unto thee even as thou wilt. And her daughter was made whole from that very hour. You can't tell me Yahushua didn't know this woman didn't know that this woman was an Israelite. He knew, because when he found the apostles, he was like, oh, and then he said to one of them, it is an Israelite indeed. So the Most High, Yahushua knew people, man. He knew their spirits. Romans 9, verse 3. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Mashiach, for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. All right, brethren, which means brothers. My kinsmen, my family, according to the flesh. All right, blood relatives who are Israelites. All right, to whom pertaineth the adoption. How can an Israelite be adopted if he's an Israelite? Because you got, among false Christian churches, you have this doctrine of Gentiles being adopted. Oh, this is part of the adoption. No, man. They can't be adopted. Only Israelites that are living in a Gentile fashion can be adopted. Are brought back into the fold. In the glory, whom are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the glory, to whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and the promises. All right, the promises, because the promise was only made to the nation of Israel, man. These other nations, they didn't receive that promise. James 1, verse 1. James, a servant of Yahweh and of the Lord Yahushai Mashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. All right, you see, James wasn't greeting the Moabites. Greetings to the Ishmaelites, to the sons of Ishmael. Now, greetings to the sons of Esau, to the Edomites. He wasn't greeting none of these other people, man. He was greeting the nation of Israel, who are his kinsmen according to the flesh. So what, you're going to tell me you're going to tell me that and so anybody from any other nation that reads this, they can't read James chapter 1, because it's not, James is not referring to them. All right. It's like you're reading a letter that's addressed to someone else, and you're acting like it's for you. No. It's not for you. It's only for the Israelites. All right, Matthew. I'm going to end it with this. Matthew 10. And when he had called unto him his 12 disciples, he gave them power against unclean spirits, to cast them out, and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. And the names of the 12 apostles are these: the first, Simon, who is called Peter, and Andrew his brother, James the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew the publican, James the son of Alphaeus, and Lebbaeus, whose surname was Thaddeus, Simon the Canaanite. Hold up. You mean to tell me that Yahweh Shai got a Canaanite as one of the 12 apostles? He got a Canaanite, like a bald, no beard on his face, a bone in his mouth, walking around butt ass naked Hamite, like some of these Africans you see on Discovery Channel, where the women got the titties out and all that. You mean to tell me that he chose one of these guys to be one of the 12 apostles? No, man. That was an Israelite that grew up among the Canaanites, right? Like the Syrophoenician woman. And in all the Greeks, all the Greek Israelites of that time, the Hellenists. And Judas Iscariot, Simon the Canaanite, and Judas Iscariot, who also betrayed him. These 12 Yahweh Shai sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You see? Because Yahweh Shai only came for the house of Israel. He didn't come for any other nation. He didn't die for the sins of any other nation. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Shai. Call law, la Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Makal Kudash, Barakti Yahweh, Barakti Yahweh Shai, Barakti Yahweh, Barakti Yahweh Shai, Barakti Yahweh, Barakti Yahweh Shai, the water, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Makal Kudash. Double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Yasharala, great millstone. Shalom to the elect. Abad Babal, Abad Kal Gawiyam, Abad Kal Adawamium. Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.